Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, in this spiritual context, there's the idea called be like a child or childlike attitude. What does it mean? It simply means be here now. You're not clinging on to the past or projecting the future in your mind. Just anchor in the now. That's what it stands for. Be like a child or childlike attitude. Now, the simple way to anchor in the now is simply by turning the awareness back to ourselves and maintaining that observer self in us. Maintaining the observer self itself is, letting go of the past and letting go of the future. Simple. That's it. Now, however, we are already conditioned so much, we are so used to narrating our future and clinging onto the past that being here in the now is tough because because of our conditioning. The conditioning always pulls us, and that's who we are right now. Now, simply remembering to, anchor in the observer self will help us to, slowly take that seat. Now, taking the seat is not enough. Why? Because there's already so much fear and conflict in our lives. And that fear is going to resurface again and again. And because of that, we are already, controlling too much, we are, resisting too much. And spiritual journey is about, being in ease, even things are fluctuating, even things are messy. That's the goal or state we want to be. But we are not able to anchor in clarity when things are messy, isn't it? When things are not according to our preference, there is an inner fluctuation. And that inner fluctuation is already coming from the place of fear of something. So that's why, after taking the seat of an observer, then we have to use that observer self to dissolve the mind. And dissolving the mind is simply by tracing the mind backward. That means deconstructing the mind until, there's no more deconstruction can be done on the mind. And this deconstructing, is the process, or tracing the mind back is a process to see the root cause of the fluctuation. And once we see the root, that root itself is our preference, our belief, and we have to look into those things to go further. And looking into those things and going further is to dissolve, all beliefs in us. So, there is first step is be like a child, is taking the seat of an observer. We are allowing the awareness to, be the primary self. And then after that, the second step is about deconstructing the mind. And, so only by deconstructing the mind, then we can always, it's easy to be in that state called childlike attitude, or be like a child, maintaining that openness in us. So So in the beginning, we can, remember to come back and take the seat of the observer, and that can be the start. And later, when we dissolve the mind, then when we see the plain sight truth, we don't have to remember, because we become that. So as I mentioned in the previous video, that you can use any situation in your life, whatever you're feeling today, whether you're feeling happy, sad, angry, mad, whatever fluctuation is coming in your life, you can use that to trace it back to see the reason why the fluctuation is there in the first place. And then when you see the root, you go further on that root. Again, that root itself is your ingrained belief, your preference in you, and because of that, the surface fluctuation happens. So after seeing the root, you also dismantle the root. That means you trace back on your preference, and keep going back. And that's the way to see the plain sight truth, or that's the way to that's the way to be like a child. The child doesn't mean that stubborn stubborn child. It's a child that is open to life, open to the possibilities that life itself offers us. It's about that. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you are enjoying the tracing back work. I know the tracing back work is a little tough, and especially when you reach to the moment where you are seeing that you have to let go your attachment. That's where you start to feel the burn, and you gotta feel that burn, because that burn itself is the ego self coming out, resisting to let go. But you have to go through that, and if you're there, great, keep going. And again, your uncompromising attitude in looking is the way to help you see the plain sight truth. Okay, again, thanks for watching this video. Hope you're doing okay. Take care for now. Bye.